Welcome back to Small Time Critics. My name is Mohammed Hashi, and I'm with
TRIZLUCENT.
TRIZLUCENT Sama. Let's say I like that.
Or senpai to you.
No, we're not doing that again. Before we get into this wonderful review of an outstanding television show, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you're thinking. Tell us what you're feeling. Tell us how much of a great show this is. Tell us where this show ranks with the best shows of this year, because we had some outstanding television in the year of 2025. And as you can see from thumbnail, we are talking about The Studio, created by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, his producing partner and creative partner. This is an Apple TV show, and I'm going to just say it right now. I've already put my stall out already, and I'm going to say this is a fantastic show. This is a show that gave me so much happiness, a show which I watched in essentially 2 days. You know what I mean?
Binged it.
Huh?
You binged it.
I binged it, and thankfully I binged it because, you know what I mean, I'm not civilian. I get these a bit earlier than most people. You know what I mean? That's not me showing off. That is me showing off. Anyway, Triz, before I get into the meat of how great the show was, give me your initial thoughts.
Initial thoughts. I'll be honest with you, my expectations were quite high because you already gave it a glowing recommendation beforehand. On top of that as well, I love Seth Rogen.
Yes.
In nearly everything he's ever made besides Lion King, obviously. And then, I already had high hopes. I already knew the premise of the series, and obviously from starting to be like in amongst the film and TV space a bit more, like I felt like it would kind of give me a bit more insight to the, you know what I mean, the spaces that we're in already, kind of thing, innit?
Yeah.
What happens behind the scenes and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Cause I always have like Be Cool's one of my favorite movies. Do you know what I'm saying, with John Travolta, where essentially you're like watching how do I explain it? Like the BTS of everything, because he works in the film industry.
Yes, and it's such an interesting premise because it's a former kind of hitman / kind of fixer.
Do you know what I'm
to
saying?
The mob trying to live a creative life.
Yeah, exactly.
And just all the turmoil and all the kind of shenanigans that happen because of that.
And like with that, like Uma Thurman being in it, and like
Gene Hackman, you know what I mean, R.I.P.
And then who? But you know what I'm saying? I don't want to go back into.
By the way, that's a wonderful performance from James Gandolfini, the late great as well. It's a great
I don't even know who that is. Who?
James Gandolfini, Sopranos.
He's in Be Cool.
Yeah, bro.
As what?
He's just some kind of heavy. That's it.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, bro. It's just
Cedric the Entertainer's in it.
Huh?
Cedric the Entertainer's in it.
Yes.
The Rock's in it.
You know it's a sequel to Get Shorty. You know that?
Yeah,
right?
no, okay. Sequel.
Maybe Gandolfini was in Get Shorty, not Be. You know, he was in Get Shorty. He wasn't in Be Cool. But what I love is that is basically a film that's adapted from a short story by one of my favorite writers ever, Elmore Leonard.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
but
again,
you see that I've always liked that kind of, you know what I'm saying, like a peek behind the curtain, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like The Masked Magician, things like that.
Yes. You will love, by the way, a great film from one of the best directors to ever do it, Robert Altman, called The Player. You would love that, but it's got Tim Robbins in it.
All right.
Tim Robbins from Shawshank Redemption.
I'll check that out then.
Yes. So you definitely check that out. That's a great film. And what the studio did is basically off of the shoulders of those great kind of pieces of art, made something which is contemporary to our times, which talks about some of the issues in the industry right now, and in regards to kind of AI, in regards to kind of influences, in regards to kind of DEI. And I just really, really loved the show, man. And
what would you say was your favorite episode? Do you have one?
For me, I agree with you, Tris, because we basically been on the phone after like some episodes, or you've watched the episode, or I've watched a chunk of episodes. We'd have a kind of like a discussion on the phone, and it's still The Oneer for me. Yeah, The Oneer is still probably one of my favorite episodes. That and the last few episodes, the presentation and CinemaCon. Golden Globes is another great one. You see, just so many. It's great episodes.
The Oneer is my favorite episode, but I feel like the Golden Globes episode is the one I enjoyed the most, if that makes sense. Because I found that one hilarious. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that there's like so many cameos in this, like so many actors, directors.
Anthony Mackie, Ron Howard.
Anthony Mackie's episode was good as well, bro. Where he's like, Where he's like, man, I love that scene. When he's talking to what's the director's name again?
Ron Howard.
With Ron Howard.
But then when he's gone, he goes,
he's gone,
I hated that.
I hated that scene.
We should have cut that. But he didn't want to cut it.
And then Dave Franco in the presentation and the CinemaCon episode,
playing a crazy like actor who's like himself, but like a kind of crazy version of that.
Bro.
And him just being high and saying. And the funniest thing was Zoe Kravitz in that kind of like party scene.
Yeah.
When she just has all of that
the brownies.
Yeah, all the candy. Sorry, it's just hilarious.
What does he call it? A Hollywood buffet. Is that
Hollywood buffet.
Hollywood buffet.
Old school Hollywood buffet. It's freaking ridiculous,
bro. No, honestly, the studio is something that I feel like I needed myself to watch because I don't watch a lot of TV.
Yeah,
like, I watch more movies than I would watch a lot of TV.
I hear it. Yeah,
that's only because of you lot, like Severance. All right, cool, Andor.
But you just now you have a podcast. You're forced to watch. Oh,
I am forced to watch.
Boo-hoo.
I wouldn't watch, bro.
Oh, poor Triz.
Bro, I kid you not, bro.
Poor Triz.
I wouldn't even bother, bro.
Oh, like, where was me?
But bro, the studio. I feel like I'm having deja vu right now. Actually,
why?
I feel like we spoke about something about the studio. No,
we have. We talked about it multiple times on the phone. That's why.
Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not deja vu then. But bro, this is just great, man. I really wish more people, because I feel like this is a show that everyone can kind of resonate to, because everyone that likes different aspects of pop culture in general. Yeah,
yes.
We'll find something in this series. Do you know what I'm saying? And especially. Obviously, we've got friends that work in like PR and all that kind of stuff. Things like we've got friends that are like influencers and all that kind of stuff.
Who work in marketing as well.
Exactly, bro. So there's so many episodes that you can watch and be like, oh my god, I flipping know people that act like this. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially the Catherine Hahn character as the head of marketing.
Exactly. Or people that I know that go to all these things, be like, oh, I am that person that goes to the event, takes one photo and dips.
Dips, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, no, I loved it. I've got nothing but good things to say about it.
And I think the thing that we really loved and really resonated with was the kind of the real kind of juxtaposition between people who want to like tell great stories and are the artists who want to tell and make a fantastic movie, i.e. the Martin Scorsese of the world, which was episode 1.
What was he going to call that movie again?
He wanted to kind of go through the massacre, like a massacre, a real world thing that happened. You know what I mean? And essentially, like Seth Rogen's character,
it was Bryan Cranston's that.
No, Bryan Cranston's obviously Hollywood. He's the studio head, but he basically wanted to make a Kool-Aid movie.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. It's just so funny even thinking about it. Martin Scorsese like making a movie about like how these people died, you know what I mean, because of Kool-Aid. And then Seth Rogen, who wants to kind of be a studio head, make great films, but is also beholden to the Bryan Cranston character, who's the head of studio, who doesn't want to make artsy-fartsy movies, kind of thing. He wants to make money. And Seth Rogen is kind of the man in the middle, by the way, the reason why I love my favorite film, Miller's Crossing, is a man in the middle. And I always love a man in the middle who's fighting, who is in between one ideal and another ideal, kind of thing. And Seth Rogen's right there. He wants to make great films. He believes what he does is real art. Like the episode where
the doctor girl that he's going out with.
Yeah, and he's saying, what I do, I'm not saving lives, but making art is important as well. So let's not lose fight.
He's making a diarrhea movie.
Exactly.
At the same time.
It's just so fantastic because people in the entertainment industry do take themselves that seriously. Kind of thing.
I mean, look, we got movies like Screamboat. Like, people really took that seriously when they made that. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we got movies like The Bambi, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Do you know what I'm saying? People are taking it serious.
We recently met one of the actresses.
Yeah, we actually met an actress that was in that movie, actually.
Yeah.
But people are taking it serious, bro.
Yeah.
So it's so that episode was hilarious when I'm thinking back to it now, but bro, that initial thing and then saying that, and then the Kool-Aid thing comes back to life when at CinemaCon when they're announcing the lineup, and they're like, oh, we're gonna have a guy jump down in Kool-Aid in the massive Kool-Aid thing to be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just even stupid even when I think about it now. Yeah, if I'm being honest. But bro, studio is definitely. It's definitely great, bro. It might be the best TV that I've seen this year, actually.
It's up there. For me, it's up there. It's going to be definitely in the top 10 for sure. I can already tell you that. It's the only discussion is where it is in the top 10.
Yeah. For my end of year list, definitely. Definitely going to be in there.
Like, there's a scene where Seth Rogen's Remick character goes to Ice Cube and basically says, "Is this racist?" Essentially. Like to cast you in this, which is just so funny. It's just so stupid.
I'm trying to think like of of an episode that I really, really like. Actually, I'll tell you the episode I didn't really like. The noir episode. That's what episode I didn't really like. I thought
Yeah, I can see why.
I didn't think it was boring or anything like that. But that's the one I had.
It's a nod to old school Hollywood. It had probably one of my favorite performances from Olivia Wilde in quite a long time, by the way.
What's Thingy's name though again? How am I forgetting his name?
Zac Efron, isn't it?
Yeah, Zac Efron in it. Which I didn't think it was a bad. I didn't think it was a bad episode. I just didn't think it was the best episode.
Yeah.
Out of the whole series.
Yeah, I can see that. For me, an episode that I thought wasn't it? It was all right.
Is that the one where the two PRs
was
the
war? Yeah, the war episode. Yeah, where
Okay,
the two kind of like studio executives
Yeah.
were kind of like at each other's throats. Sal Saperstein and the junior one.
Yeah.
Which I've forgotten her name off the top of my head right now.
Now you bring back the Golden Globes one for me. Is it Sal Saperstein?
Sal Saperstein, yeah. Being thanked all the time, where Remick, or all Seth Rogen's character wants to do is be thanked. Which is so hilarious. And then that wonderful scene in the bathroom with Teddy Sarandos, Netflix, and he goes, it's in the contract. They have to thank me.
They have to thank me when they go on stage.
It's just hilarious.
If I leave it to luck.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I actually think that is a real thing, because everyone who works for Netflix always like Ted Sarandos said, you know what I mean? Which is just so funny, man. So funny.
And then you got the Zack Snyder joke. Where he kind of is what did he wait? I was trying to remember exactly what he said. What did he say exactly? He said something about like he's taking the mick out of himself, innit?
Yes.
About that he makes things all dark,
yes,
and gloomy. But I'm trying to remember what it was that they was talking about. He was like, oh no, he was talking about the Golden Globes. He was like, oh, well, don't worry, there's gonna be a cut of the Golden Globes episode that I'm gonna edit, and it's gonna be 6 hours long, or something like that. I was just like, this guy's jokes. But that, bro, only Seth Rogen is someone that could do that.
Could make that happen.
You know what I'm saying? And bring these people in there to kind of make fun of themselves.
Yeah, even in that episode, there was basically the first big cameo was Aaron Sorkin. You know what I mean? The Academy Award-winning screenwriter. And then he's the one who thanks Sal Saperstein, and that starts off the whole thing. The whole thing about Sal Saperstein.
Was Adam Scott the fact?
Adam Scott, and then he just continued it on, and everyone kind of bro, it was just crazy, man. Bro, it was just so funny.
Adam Scott, obviously, because I just finished watching Severance. It was good to see him in it, in something different, man. He's jokes, bro. He's hilarious, bro.
It's such a great show, man. We could continue going on and on and on about the cameos and the great episoms as well.
Do you think how many seasons do you think this could go on for?
Oh, you could do so many episodes. I was talking to my brother about this. They can do an Oscars episode. They could do a Cannes episode. They could do, what do you call it, an awards run episode of them trying to kind of promote a film, stuff like that. Yeah. They could do episodes where they are in financial trouble. There's just so many different things in Hollywood they could do. They could get into they've already kind of talked about AI and already, but they could do like a whole AI episode onto itself kind of thing. So there's just so many different stories they could tell, and so many cameos that can still happen.
How many seasons? Because one thing I like about some series, when they kind of know when it's time to call it a day. Yeah. Like something like Grey's Anatomy, they haven't realized now that they need to call it a day. I think it was like season 20. Yeah. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, how many seasons do you think is too much? Where it's like, all right, you've done it too much, too many times now. Because I'm someone that could watch this for the rest of the time.
I think maybe, if I'm being like subjective, I'd probably say like maybe 4 seasons. Yeah. 5 seasons at most. That's a bit crazy, because again, it might become rinse and repeat. But there's just so much stuff that they could do. You know what I mean?
I'm just happy to see Seth Rogen in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing his thing, bro. Because obviously the Lion King really left a bit of taste in my mouth. What's the other movie that he did where he's someone was telling me about
American Pickle?
Is that one?
Yeah.
Did you like that movie?
No. I really did not like that movie. It took me 3 sittings to finish that movie. I think before we go, I definitely want to talk about the technical aspects. Okay. Because there's a lot of one-shots. There's a lot of great camera work in this shot, kind of thing. And it wasn't just the one. There's many kind of tracking shots in different locations.
Yeah, Noir had some great ones.
But even in the war episode, there was some good ones. The Golden Globes, the camera roaming that whole kind of room was fantastic. And performance-wise as well. Like, there's some great... Zoe Kravitz was really, really good in this, man.
Yeah, it was... I don't know.
Catherine O'Hara.
Okay, Catherine Hahn, she's always sick, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like... That's why, seeing Catherine Hahn in the Marvel, in Marvel, in Agatha all along, or so random to me, because that's the first time I felt like where she's had to, act a bit more serious than normal.
Okay, yeah.
So it was nice, because obviously I know Catherine Hahn from a lot of her comedies that she's done.
Yeah.
So when I was seeing her in the studio, I felt like, oh my god, I really missed this kind of this character so much. Even though it's a different character, I missed this kind of vibe that she always brings to something. Yeah, because obviously you got some strings when you go to Marvel, innit? so it was nice to see her back, man.
Oh, do you know what was funny though? What was hilarious was Bryan Cranston. Bryan Cranston was sick. He was great in that first episode.
Yeah.
But what he did in the last 2 episodes was hilarious.
Yeah.
Playing this kind of drunk, like coked out, kind of drugged out character was one of the funniest things I've seen.
The funniest thing that he said, when he was like, how old am I? And then he's like, you must be about in your 60s. And he's like, I'm 82. I was like, what the fuck?
Which is hilarious.
And then he's high as fuck. And then he's like, he's 82.
And it's hilarious because obviously they kind of set up that someone from like a Kool-Aid would kind of come down. And then all you see is this Bryan Cranston's got a studio head coming down all freaking drugged up, yeah? And then when he's meant to say something like impactful and to really kind of sell the studio because the studio is about to be bought out by Amazon, which is hilarious. You know what I mean? It's just so funny.
Movies.
And he's like, movies. It's just the funniest thing, man. And the fact that he just starts singing it, and then you see like Remick like thinking, I've done it.
Yeah.
I'm an artist. Yeah. I've saved the studio. You know what I mean? After all of the ridiculousness, which is just so fantastic.
I'm gonna rewatch it. Actually. It's really good, bro.
It's really so good, man. It's so good, man. It's so good. And I again, we can't wait for season 2. We cannot wait for season 2.
We can't wait for it. What's your score for it?
We don't do scores for TV shows, but if I did, this would be top level. This would be like 8 or 9, like 8.5 to 9, bro. This was out. This may be just one episode that's not great, but this is such a high level.
I'll definitely say the same. I'll put this like strong 8.5, 9,
bro. Oh, so
it's probably gonna be a 9 on my rewatch, but
bro, it's such a breath of fresh air, and there's not many great comedic shows now. There's many soft, serious kind of anti-hero shows, stuff like that, or dramas / thrillers. But you know what I mean, a good comedy, man, is always great to see, man. It is, honestly. So shout out them, man. We can't wait for season 2.
Can't wait for it.
Anything else, man, bro?
Nah, that's me.
All right, guys. You've heard what we had to say. Please let us know in the comment section below what you think, and tell us whether or not you're looking forward to season 2. Any other comedies that we should be watching and looking out for 2025, and anything coming up. But in the meantime, we shall see you soon. Peace.